Hi, Swain. I've returned. I'm here. Oh God, why am I so big? But who knows what that other guy is. Okay, I pull up. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My camera? I don't know, I might not work. I'm sitting very far away. How I'm sitting is like, I feel like the most comfortable my back. So I'm going to sit like that. And we're gonna see if Ace Attorney works. Who knows? Wait, is my controller? Oh, we might be in trouble. The controller is not. I thought I did check. Why are we blinking here? What is this? Oh, it's my other control that is using the charger. I could have sworn. Wait. It's really dim. Ah! Oh wait, this might not work either. I think it's crazy that it can charge when plugged up to the switch, but it can't charge when plugged up to anything else. What kind of silliness is that? I gotta boo boo boo. But my switch is on. It might be me. Deactivate. Reactivate. The good old turn it on and off. Oh wait, you know what? How the there we go. How gross and how are you gonna turn off this? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna say, how gross and disgusting can you be? Not turning on. Give me one You know what's you know what I always do is every time I turn off my computer, I forget to leave the Discord call, so I'll just be stuck in the Discord call until it kicks me out. Okay. Oh no, an update. We don't need that. We don't need that. Music. There we go. Do I remember what happened last time? Of course. I remember there's a cactus, and that's why I put it in the title. Hang on one sec. Alright. We are present Blue Badger. Alright. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, honestly. That's the problem whenever I start again. How am I supposed to remember everyone's lives? Oh, okay, okay. Yes. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. That's so cool. He can hold teacups without hands. He has the hotel bring him tea service. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry. I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is coming near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. He's never gonna get over it. So how did the inquiry committee go? Talking about inquiry is a hard word to say. Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again, I've heard them say that so many times, ever since the case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. Control. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. I don't like that guy. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? Hello, Ralphie. Welcome to stream. How are you today? All along, I've only done what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, wow, I've never seen him out of sorts. Let's present him the Blue Badger. I think that'll make it. Helen is a nice place to be when you're a villain. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of... Huh? Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get a reaction out of him. The Blue Badger's not his best evidence? Alright, I don't know what my best evidence is. Unstable jar. We could try this? Right, please. Oh, that was not the best evidence, clearly. What about this? Oh, right, that is not also the best evidence. I mean, who are you to judge, though? Like, I feel like it's very disrespectful to the unstable jar and the evidence locker and the Blue Badger to call them what was the word? To call them the least, not the best evidence. That's how I feel. Exactly, that's the judge's job. This is why Edgeworth is on thin ice. Oh right, I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? That's Edgeworth. You went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Sounds like a murderer. What if I'm the best evidence? Exactly. Edgeworth doesn't even know, man. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's the murderer, and he hasn't even been paying attention this whole time. Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Did I ask what kind of evidence it was? It was a murder. It really has nothing to do with the curtain case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make note of it. AI 16? Even back then, AI was taking over. Good night, Rappy. Have a good night. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Huh. Okay. Okay, he doesn't want to look at that. I get it. I get it. What about this? Okay, he doesn't want to look at that. Oh, wait. No, there was other stuff. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Let's just pretend we know what he said before then, okay? I mean, I know I can look at it. I just don't want to. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon. Yeah. That wacky old coot was involved in this case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, mister? What I want to know is why it was a deputy chief of police on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Damn. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid. Oh, there. You might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are enemies. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Hang on. Okay. Edward, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your... I was gonna say I hate you. But yeah. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprint file. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious hand. Wait, can I look at them? Can I look at them? Oh, I thought it was gonna show me the fingerprints. I don't want to look at that. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the... Wait, was the handprint here? Or am I dumb? Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Okay, it was not here. It was in the locker, I think. The cowboy's not here anymore. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. No, he gave it to us. He gave it to us. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell a difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, now it's time to check for print. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button. Ah, it looks like it did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. I like the insinuation that the print that is vertically on a vertical surface. I like the implication that we like salt bathe the aluminum onto the print in a vertical fashion. Or pocket sand. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? Hit the X button. Excitingly now. Aluminum! Aluminum powder! Instead of pocket sand. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick, blow away the excess. Those are the basics of fingerprinting. I guess I'd better give it a try. Oh, dust first. Dust. Look, it's a little heart. This is how you do it, right? Yeah. We wouldn't want to miss any other fingerprints that could be there. This person could have 6 fingers. We don't know this. Okay. Then blow. Oh. That was... Aha! You did it. You found it. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigation. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. How about here? Oh, shoot. Do you think aluminum powder is a finite resource, or do you think that wasting it is okay? Whoa! I think I'd like to try one of the other fingerprints. Wait. What was wrong with that one? Is there more? Do I dumb? This is the only one I see. Did I just not get it all? I don't know, man. Thought I sprayed quite a bit. Okay, yeah, I just didn't get it all. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. But there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point out the person who you think left the prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprint would most likely find all this evidence locked? Damon and Gans. Oh, their fingerprints are so funny looking. Oh, this is the match found. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time. There's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Wait, where was it? Now you are... You've gotten... Was it in here? Where was the other handprint? I do not remember said things. No clues found here. Now, I have to say I don't remember. The pile of junk battered wood and forsaken. Aren't you being a little dramatic? Was it on an evidence we collected? I literally don't remember where the other hand was. I don't know. What the? This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right, there was a handprint here. I don't remember. Okay, want to try using this? There go her sparkle again. Okay, let's check for prints. It's the spirit Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in the area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So what that means, no prints. But you see, the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Okay, okay, okay. Let's do this one. This one's the... Oh, this one... Oh, I gotta find one. Uh, 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 uh. Just need, you know... White... Okay. Oh god, okay. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, those fingerprints, they... Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints added to the court. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decidedly different from Gumshoe. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we gave Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wipe. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain. Maybe he got his finger. Maybe he got her finger. Maybe he touched the cactus and he bled. But why would Officer Marshall? Looks like our investigation is finally turning up. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence? I don't believe it. Yes. What do you think, Mr. Reed? The prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in two different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Miss Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questions. You just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters. So how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean. But Lana, don't tell me you. Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky, we found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marsh. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You don't understand what this means, no. In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall. We have to play the cards for doubt. Isn't that right, miss? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Your Honor? That man has strawberry jelly on his head. I don't think I have the energy to do the judge's voice. What is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Stein? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places. But that's not physically possible, is it? More, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edwards' car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. It's the first witness. The prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called... Oh boy. They're getting wild from the get-go. Edgeworth looks like he wants to go to sleep. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekin, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I what did. I'll never play one again, sir. You gotta believe me. Sir, what you would call part of the younger... I'm one of you would call part of the younger generation, sir. You know, those Gen Z killers. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir, help, please. Officer Beacon. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. This spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir, and suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family bottle, sir. I see. Then you fainted, and a colleague helped you regain your consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need to hear is more info to work with. Well, Meekins doesn't remember what happened either. But go back. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily. And you see what happens. That killed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir. I love him. That was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. And I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here, around my neck. Well then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Here it is, I found it. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir. Hey, huh. But the number 498-4989-596 is shown being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. First time is when I relocated the Blue Badger into the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. So it was during that second time. Yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security screen. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then? Oh, me with my charging in on him like that. He looked as surprised as I was. You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. But I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe you could just keep your cool. Your hand wouldn't. When I saw the blood spilling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life. Then he did it. Now go back. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened? Oh, did I already read this? Oh! What exactly do you mean when you say, did it? know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. He took his knife. I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. I see. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then, the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. So I woke up crying tears of pain. It's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I know. That's the most important part of being a police officer, I think. I believe now we have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it. What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera from the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. I was told it's been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I can really could have. Like communication with the police department. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? Why the happy music? Bum, bum, bum. Where's that disarming maneuver? Oh, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred with... What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Yes, well, anyways, tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room and some sort of activity. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. The mystery man. His face can't be clearly seen in the videos, but there is no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints, too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. He was wearing gloves, wasn't he? Does it work that way? I don't know how gloves work. Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. The locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Wait, didn't Gumshoe say something else? Let me see. Let's open that court record. I remember something else being told. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. The victim at the crime scene would have had to been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Mystery Man. I'm just gonna press him on everything. Tell me, are you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked him? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter. The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when they're talking to them, you see? Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. No, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label. Okay. If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Begins. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. Claim the man who brandished the knife on you was Bruce Good. Tell me why you are positive it was him. Fuck these lockers. There's no other way to open them. No, sir. I tried myself all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to the registered fingerprints. I wonder what kind of methods you tried. Why were you trying to break into the locker? If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person of the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Dr. Locker. You know that. Heard rumors, sir, from the people I know, sir. People in the know. The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They helped inform me. They also listened to my romantic troubles, sir. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Cooper. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own feet. Oh, However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir. Please do, after all, you are winking his hand. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? There is a problem. There's always a problem. Regarding the video contained on this video, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose that we have the defense point out to us the alleged contradiction. You would want me to point it out. I mean, that's your job. Phoenix, that's your job! Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. I don't understand this newfangled technology of the VHS. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where's the contradiction? Oh, okay. Can I read? Oh, okay. I see. I see where the contradiction lies. Go back. Oh. The thing that's strange about this video would have to be, this. Hold on a sec. I need to use my eyebrows. The judge is so unintentionally funny. I don't get it. Would you mind if I borrowed your eye medicine? Wait, before your eyes get too teary, perhaps you should think this through again. What am I supposed to do? That's it. That is it. I know what it is. This is the one putting his finger at us. Maybe I need to wait till he opens it. I have to point out the problem in the video. I've never done that before. Alright. We will pause it as soon as we see. Was there something else coming into the video? It was the guy. But the lockers light up when they're open. And his locker is already open. The light is open. So we see. Ha! Okay, I got it. I think that's strange about this video. It's got to be this. Officer Meekins? Sir, do you mean meat, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, the sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. So, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Actually, it's a video. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle.
Order, what's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker was unlocked on the day of the crash. The locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked.
No, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. I'm a judge.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh well, those who show novices should keep their mouths shut.
The judge is so funny.
Now then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor? Expect me to do my job?
Yes, what's in the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor. Something like jammed the system sensor? There's something else that seems out of place in this video. Well, too, there's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more.
The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh. So maybe the glove. The glove? Oh, I'm right. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Bum 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 ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out of doors or open. I often fall out and roll great distances. We can't be sure that the item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted? Bum 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 bum.
This white thing wasn't inside the lock. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. Just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me.
The object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, but it would also have to block electrical current. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator.
But at the crime scene, there might have been something that fits that description. But sir, by insulator, no, I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well. Will the defense present irrelevant evidence?
Oh, what? Take that. I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove.
Oh, we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 into. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. And maybe I was the murderer. Is this not so, Officer Meekin? It would appear so, sir.
Order! So, are we to believe, then, that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor. He is quite impressionable, I agree.
Do you mean, Mr. Howard?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke?
Very well. Let's begin your testimony.
There's one thing that proves that the van was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, you must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his ID card. I mean, anybody could have used his ID card.
An ID card record, I see.
I have the ID card records right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There are only a few cases up for transfer there, and most were cleared by noon.
Now, let us move on to the cross-examination.
We're gonna press him on everything. So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. My hand wasn't wrapped in bandages. I'd have given the V for victory sign, sir. Couldn't he just use his V?
Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second.
To enter the evidence room, you must use their ID card. Their ID card is used as a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective used his ID card. You have his ID. What is that? Who tricks the card? actually quite. Lost item report. Half written document. Wait, is that the date? Oh, he lost his ID. Oh my god. Wait, one moment, Officer. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's lost item report. It's only half. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something. Something important to fill out in this report. Let me guess, you believe this something is his... It literally says ID on it. Can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not... Order! And now, this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo! Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murderer in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instance of the murder. That's it. I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing around your finger around. This isn't going well. Well, you finally realize exactly what you've gone such with. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a thief, which means a murder did not take place. At least at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So? So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Light. Wait, we didn't say all that, man. We did not say all. We did not even have her name. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used. I don't know if she's trustworthy. She hates cops. How is that trustworthy? That's not even trustworthy for a jury. I knew that. Oh, trapped in the beginning. The activity in the evidence still leaves many questions unanswered. What exactly was the victim, Officer Meekins? And where did this person disappear? Clever. This trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Alana. What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Yeah, of course. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing, and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. I forgot how the music went. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edward? Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses. My turn. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean? Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh? Whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person who would have testified, what is his or her name?
Officer Jake Marsh. I am. I let Edgeworth know everything. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel like we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. He shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
Will, Your Honor?
Court is now in recess.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. Seems you've figured out everything out. Huh? I haven't figured anything out. Alana, you're the one who knows everything. Come on. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Oh, Gumshoe. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Got a lot of nerves, pal, making a detective run around all around while on duty. And on top of it, you call me here. I've seen happy people at funerals. Sorry, dude. You better be, pal. Hey, 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 hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor's guy. Okay, so have you brought what I asked? Oh, 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 oh. You mean this, right? My apologies. Due to my present I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you to it. Did I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. Guess I'll find it. But, Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them. So I had them brought here. Here, you might do well. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. This guy was a witness? Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murder. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name here? What? My name is there? I don't know, unless... Could it be... Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number for the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as... The Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark? No, Lana! That's over with. But wait. You know what? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Ignis, Dan, Miles, Edgewood. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to a killing. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the problem. It's better take a good look. I'm gonna end the stream now. Mainly because I don't want to get started again since we're so close to midnight. Let us. Oh shoot! No, do not. I also have the sneeze really bad, and it's not coming out, so I can't do it. But I will be back tomorrow. Perhaps. Probably. Hopefully things will work out in my favor so we could play peace. Or if Toy is around, we can play whatever the other games. But yeah. I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna raid anybody because I need to space really bad. Okay. Good night, everybody. I hope you have a good time. I hope you don't become a murderer.